first and foremost, if I messed anything up, you're going to have to excuse me, and in the future as well, because right before doing this, I accidentally washed my hands with something I'm allergic to, and my hands or my arms all turned red, and kind of started to swell up before I completely washed my arms down. So, let's see how this goes. Also, I realized people that have died are still on the main menu. So, I think same as last time, but last game, I just didn't know if they would keep that or not. How many slots do I have left? A lot. Wonder if whatever weird save pattern I've been doing will continue to work, or if I'll have to resave over one. I think we're in the middle of a free time. Or we just finished that. Is it night? It might be night. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's nighttime and we're checking out that video game. Yes. Yeah, with the can I see what it's called? Probably not. Ooh, he's gonna evolve soon. The mini game with the magic stick. Someone said, and I quote, "That mini game sucks." So, fun fact. Apparently, that mini game sucks. So, anyways, oh, we're all awake. Oh, we really are all awake, huh? Okay. Pecco. Hajime, good timing. There's something I wanted to ask you. Me? What is it? I wanted to hear your, a general opinion. Oh, what is this about? What? Oh, is this what we're discussing? It starts early, guys. My face burns and tingles a little bit, so we're going to continue on from having an allergic reaction, so let's move forward. But if it gets real bad, will I get demonetized or kicked off or get in trouble if I have to use an EpiPen on the stream? Because it is injuring yourself, but it's also saving your life. Anyways. Huh? Is this about what we were discussing earlier? What were Pecco and Nekomura talking about? Regarding my inquiry, do Nekomura and I really look like we're cosplaying as characters from a fighting game? I'm trans, so what happened is I've been wanting to change my middle name as well, because it means nothing, it just is. And my mom, she came to me and said, I heard a very nice word that I think would be a really nice middle name for you. And I go, okay, what is it? She goes, Sub-Zero. And I'm like, from Mortal Kombat? But my mom doesn't know what Mortal Kombat is, let alone who Sub-Zero is. So it was so funny to me to be like, I'll think about it. I'm trying to stick with my initials staying the same. It might not. I might just change it, because for me, with middle names, you don't have to do anything with them. They're just there. Anyways, so it just reminded me with the fighting game. Are we cosplaying characters from a fighting game? Two different fighting games, maybe? Huh? Cosplay? When I walk down the street, I'm often told I look like a fighter from this game, or a martial artist from that game. I can't understand why they're talking about, or what they're talking about. No matter how you look at it, I'm only a team manager. No matter how I look at it, that's clearly not true. Oh, so he's like saying he's not that strong. Oh, okay. I thought it was just like he doesn't actually fight. But like, okay, obviously, okay, got it. I understand what he's saying now. That happens to me too. Yeah. Her outfit doesn't look like the typical fighting game for me. One time I was cornered by a strange group of people holding cameras. It was very annoying. So, what did you do? If you don't understand polite requests to stop, that's not my fault if I'm forced to get a little violent. Yeah, one time, a guy my age, I absolutely love him. He was a sweetheart. He told me his dad always taught him, because people were bothering me, he always told me, like this guy told me, because the dad always told him, was you ask them once to politely stop, but if you have to ask them again, you should just punch them. And apparently, yeah, one time the guy, he got really annoyed, and he kept telling people to stop making fun of him. He punched him, and the dad was not angry. He's like, yeah, you did exactly what I said. So yeah, there you go. I think it's better if we don't know the details. But Peko, we must confirm it with Hajime. No matter how others view us, we are individuals. There's nothing to worry about. You're right. I agree, I apologize. Hajime, just forget about it. So anyways, why are you here? What are you doing out so late? Well, I can't really go to sleep, so I was thinking about going for a little walk. I see, be careful then. It doesn't mean anything is going to happen, but you should be careful just in case. Okay. Oh, it's you, Hajime. What are you doing up this late? Well, I felt like they're going to hear me if I lie to both of them. Like, just right... Oh, okay, never mind. Well, I felt like stargazing a bit, so I just came out here for a short walk. I was going to be like, she's tell two people two different things. But, this is the end of the sentence. Ah, I see. There's a lot of... God, I'm dying. There is a lot of nasty things happening on this island, but the nature and scenery is quite superb. However, don't be out too late. It might hinder you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll make sure I don't stay out too late. What's up with that laugh? You sound creepy. Okay, just whistled. I can't help myself. I just heard something big. Whoa there. I can't give you any details yet. But when the time comes... Now that I'm going to go to bed already, I'll see you tomorrow. What was that about? Hmm? Where are you going at this hour? The Monokuma announcement was just made. Well, you know, what about you? What are you doing? I was about to go back to my cottage. Anyway, what about you? What do you mean, you know? I felt a little hungry. See, this is what I'm saying. Don't lie to people. Now people are going to get all suspicious of if it's not lining up. I felt a little hungry, so I was thinking about getting a snack from either the restaurant or the supermarket. I see. So, I'll be going now. See you later. She know we lying. She knows. She knows. Huh? Yep. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I feel like she totally saw right through me. Can I... Nope. Yes. Ah, buttons. Okay. Oh, we got people in buildings? Okay, I don't think Nagito is going to be available. Yeah. I don't think... Yeah. Okay. My ear's itchy. I want to talk to everybody. Make sure my alibi is as awful as possible. I should over the park right now. For now, whatever. I assume if... Game within a game time. Yeah. That's where we're headed, but I didn't realize so many people would be out and about. Oh my... House is freaking... Oh. There we go. What business do you have with me, human? I apologize, but I have no time to spare for you. Instead, I shall let you in on something interesting. So, does he have time to spare, or not? Which is it? Behold that so-called arcade game. Despite your lowly intelligence, you human attempts to create worlds within games because you humans attempt to create worlds within games, but how humorous, how pitiful. You humans behave like gods in a fictional world that act alone. That act alone is I might have accidentally had an allergic reaction right before doing this, so my brain is completely fried, more than normal, so cheers to that. I'm completely itchy, and like my arms are red and itchy and hivey. Not hivey, but like swollen. So anyways, so bear with me. Because the reality you humans cling to and believe to be real is merely one of countless board games we own. Okay, so he's saying he's a god. Got it. What happened? Are you speechless before the truth? I wasted my time. Yeah, you're even later than I am, so I can only imagine when I play until like 4 in the morning or whatever, that you're completely out of it. Terrible. Ibuki has experienced such an awful Kumahara? Monokuma's harassment, aka okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, harassment. Okay, I get it. Thanks to Monokuma's announcement, I completely forgot the phrase I thought up. And it was the best phrase of all time, too. It would have filled you with chills. This is a big loss for humanity as well, so you gotta act sadder. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss?
So cruel.
What's with the question mark? Not just Kuma. Yeah, so Kumahara. Hara? Yes, anyways. But Hajihara, Ibuki can't stand no more, and the Hara is overwhelming me. God, my brain is too fried for this. I'm gonna go pout in my bed. Hajihara? Does that mean Hajime's harassment? Yo, Hajime, you look bored. Wanna fight? What's with you all of a sudden?
Huh?
There's something wrong. Normally when you're bored, you fight, right? There's no way I'd consider that normal. I was just bored too, but since there's no people to fight, I was checking out the cottages of the Fallen. The Fallen? Baka and Teratera? Why? I couldn't go into Teratera's room. Well, someone might mess with their rooms if we just leave them alone, right? There's no way anyone would do something like that if that definitely is a thing. Yeah. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. But the rooms were locked. Oh, okay. The rooms were locked all tight, so I couldn't go in. They were locked? Yeah, it turns out Monokuma locked them. When I tried to open the door, he just showed up out of nowhere as usual. He was saying stuff like, that chapter's already finished. There's a lot of meta sayings in this, like, you're in a video game, and that chapter's finished. So it would complicate the game, and hold on, I think it's best if we don't say anything more. If you don't say anything more. Oh, really? Then I should go to bed soon. See ya. Outside. Okay. Now it's a game within a game. Because apparently I can't go talk to Nagito. So I guess it's a game within a game time. This way. And I know Mahiru is out here somewhere. Listen, if the game gives me people to talk to, I'm going to talk to every single person I can. Hajime. My hero, what are you doing here? Yeah, about that. I was thinking about taking a picture of the ocean at night. The ocean at night. Isn't that it dangerous? Be careful.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Bye. She seems pretty agreeable. Usually she'll say something like, mind your own business. Yeah. Fair. She might have been playing the video game too. When does my little buddy evolve? Listen, the pet's the most important part of the whole thing. Trust me on that. So, here I am. Just imagine just like awkwardly turning the corner and there's like 5 people here just all playing the video game and you're just like, we promised. Wow, how dare they forget about their pet? That's the most important part. Overarching story? No. Who murdered each other? No. What happened? How it happened? No, none of that. It's the pet. That's all that matters. Yeah, we were big Tamagotchi people in the day. But we knew how to pause it. A lot of people didn't know how to pause the Tamagotchi. And they're like, oh, but I can't do this, whatever. And I'm like, just pause it, bro. Just pause it whenever you're busy. If the game turns out to be dangerous, I'll just stop playing it. So I should just go for it. Okay. What does the bomb say? The clock. It looks like it's counting down. Kind of, I guess. Why is it counting down? I have a bad feeling about this. I guess for now, I should try... It's interesting that the motive happened on this island. I kind of assumed the motive would happen on island number 2. Because it opened, you know? But it's just here again. I guess for now, I should try playing it for a little. I cautiously stood in front of the arcade game, and the screen automatically lit up. As I faced the screen, I put my hand on the joystick. That's a cute little symbol. This game is a work of non-fiction. Any resemblance to real peoples, living or dead, is purely intentional? Did it say intentional? Non-fiction, not... Oh, wait. I got there at the end. Non-fiction. Meaning it's real. So all this is supposed to be real. Interesting. Okay, if I read that correctly. Again, God, help me if I totally mess up. And this game has a strange, old-fashioned vibe to it. It's also Hope Speak Academy. I wonder, is the person who's controlling Monokuma actually pretty old? Is that a hint? I wonder. Oh well, I should try to start it up. It'll start if I press the Enter key, right? Now then, let's begin Twilight Syndrome murder case. Please press the Enter key with your own hands. Okay. So, the thing is, I think I seen something. Nah, okay. Nah, okay, you can't do it. I think I heard of pressing down like 5 times or something. Which I think is a really big spoiler for this game. Because I heard about people talking about how good parts of this game were previously before playing the first one, and that's the only thing I remember of it. Girl A. Oh, it's already blah, 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 blah. Ah, it's already late. I'm gonna be late for our meeting. Everyone's waiting. I gotta hurry and go. If I'm late, everyone's gonna hate me. They're waiting in classroom 1A. Okay. Okay, so it's like the same. Oh, sorry, my hand's really itchy. Yeah. Hey, I tried though. Can I just, this is the entrance. I gotta hurry over to classroom 1A. How do I know what class? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, you have to face it. Man, you're finally here. You're so late. What are you doing? I'm sorry. If you're angry, I'm sorry. Don't be mad. We're not angry. Just hurry up and get over here. Okay. I should go walk to Girl B for now. Talk to Girl B for now. How do I know who's... I think they said this is Girl B, but I honestly don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. We're here because you had something important to say, right? What's this about? Obviously it's about yesterday's incident. Hey, you already saw the newspaper, right? Yeah. Huh? What newspaper? God, you're such a slowpoke. Girl, it's in today's evening newspaper. This one. Here, you go. Just read it. I don't know what any of these personalities are, so I can't tell you how I should even try reading them out. July 8th, at around 6 a.m., a janitor from XX Academy came to work. Weird way to open, I think, an article, maybe? Female student clubbed to death. Wounds that could not have been said? What? I don't know. God, it's too blurry. Something... communications, I don't know. So I'm gonna assume this is Hope's Peak, given that the screen was Hope's Peak. And discover the body of a female high school student in the music room on the 2nd floor. I think that was on the 5th floor. The student had been struck forcefully in the head with a blunt object and was already dead. The 2nd floor. I'm trying to think back to the first game. A blunt object was the 2nd floor, but Chihiro got hit at the pool, which I think was the 2nd floor. That would be a blunt object, but it wasn't the music room. And was already dead. It seems the killer broke a window to escape. Based on the details of the crime, authorities say... Okay, then I don't think that makes any sense. Also, because there was no janitor. Yeah, okay. The investigation is ongoing, and I believe someone may have snuck into the school to commit the act. I was a little surprised. I never expected it to make the newspaper. You know, a dead teenager. It says someone may have snuck into the school, so they might be thinking that a pervert did it. It is the only lead they have. I mean, her school swimsuit did get stolen too. I'm not going to remember any of this. That sick, twisted bastard. Sneaking into a school to steal a swimsuit, killing a nearby girl, and escaping out the window? 2nd story window. We're all in danger too. But, is this really okay? We were the first ones to discover the body, and we kept it a secret. It would have been the same no matter who found the body first, don't worry about it. It's not like we have anything to hide anyway. Yeah, that's a big thing in Japan. Multiple people said, if I found a dead body, don't report it, because if you were the first person to report it, most likely they're going to try to keep you in holding, and in Japan they can keep you in holding for 28 continuous days. So that's why they have such a high confession rate, is this at the end people are like, I'd rather be in jail and confess to a crime I didn't do than stay in this situation. So because of that, they're like, just walk away. Just, if you didn't do anything, just walk away. That's right. All we did was find the body and not report it. It's not really a crime. But still, I know you're a masochist, but there's no way I'm going to get involved in this. I'm finally a student at this academy. There's no way I'm getting expelled over something like this. Right? Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Girl D? Yeah, I agree, but... What's up? You don't seem so sure. I'm actually have something to discuss with you guys. Girl D, I wonder what's going on. What does she want to talk about? Yeah, it's really, it's like a terrifying thought, so obviously, luckily, I never ran into a dead body. But yeah, so, it was just one of those things that it's, people are like, oh my goodness, Japan police is just this much better, and I'm like, no, I'm not saying American police is good, I'm just saying, ooh, that's terrifying. To be honest, I ended up taking several photos of her yesterday. A dead body? Are you talking about her body? I thought we might get questioned by the police, so I thought I should take them just in case. Where are those photos now? I have them right here. I don't want to look at them. We're definitely going to get cursed. Cursed? Stupid. Curses aren't stupid. Curses aren't even real. You seriously need to throw those, throw away those photos. Give them to me. Hey. This is bad. If you ramp it up like that, the curse... I just said curses don't exist. It's better to just rip these photos... I wonder... So... We have to know these characters. Because, A, it said it's non-fiction. But B, unless they bring in 5 new characters. But the only person that I think would scream curses and stuff was... What was his name? Yasuhiro from the previous game. So, I don't think that really fits. Girl... I'm gonna say C. I don't remember. It's better to just rip these photos to shreds and throw them into the incinerator. Girl D, if you have any digital copies, you need to erase those too. Okay. Hey, Girl E, what happened? Why do you sound so desperate? Never mind. Let's just forget about the whole incident. Oh, Girl E is hiding something. We had nothing to do with it, and we weren't the first ones to discover the body. Okay, the end. Seriously, let's just go home already. Come on, it's getting late. 4th day. I don't remember what it said at the beginning. How many days? Man, it's already late. The hardest part of being in the archery club... Okay, we don't know an archer. And the archery club is changing clothes. Everyone's probably gone back by now. Then I guess I have to go back on my own. I think this is around the time the incident occurred too. Oh, we're gonna get killed. Oh, we're gonna get murdered. Yeah, I had a friend who was really big into archery, and she won. I think she won one of the top whatever archers in the woman Japanese archery, and her sister was into Western style archery, or maybe it was the other way around, and she was into Japanese and one was into Western, and so they were both archers and they were both really good at it, and she actually was dating a different archer, and he was so mad because he only got 2nd best in all of Japan. And he was very mad, apparently, every time, because he lost to the same guy repeatedly, every single year. And I felt like secondhand bad for this guy that I never even met. He was just like, yeah, man, that sucks. I think this is around the same time the incident occurred too. Oh geez, why am I thinking about something so stupid again? That's right. I just need to hurry up and forget about that incident. I won't let you forget. Huh? I won't let you forget. Who's there? Where are you? I won't let you forget. I won't let you forget. I won't let you forget. Forgive me. Wait, were we Girl E Wait, who's Girl E? Were we Girl E from the beginning? I'm sorry, I can't look at the transcript. Okay, I don't remember. I think we were Girl A. So this is a different girl. Okay. I think. Forgive me. Oh, she's the one that did something. Oh, okay, never mind. She's not getting attacked. Right? Never. Never. I will never forgive you. Yeah, we are Girl A. Okay. Wait. What? We were Girl E. Okay. Girl A. What happened? Did something happen? This is bad. This is really bad. Okay, so Girl D crouches and says curses are real, right? Her head is split open like that one time. Her head is split open like that one time. It's probably the curse. It's the curse. It's all the curse's fault because of the curse Girl E. What happened to Girl E? Take a look in there, classroom 1B. Is this classroom 1B? Clatter. Okay, yeah, so down 5. Because I think I heard something about clicking down 5 times, obviously. But I assumed when I first saw that it was God, my brain. Hinting going to be, because people were like, oh, it's like this and whatever, blah blah, talking about things before. I thought it was going to talk about events that didn't happen yet, so I'm glad. Well, actually, I'm not going to say I'm glad, because actually I don't know what happened. Because what happened, well, we don't have different floors. We're not in, well, there's the ruins. You know what, never mind. I was going to say, I'm just glad it didn't, like, weirdly show things that hasn't happened yet. Because, like, with Yasuhiro, it kind of made sense. But just to be, like, knowing what happens. But, I don't know. My brain's too fried for this. Huh? This is the end? Wait. Now it's game over for some reason. I don't get it. Even the game structure doesn't make sense. It started with the so it started with the second day all of a sudden, and jumped to the 4th day afterwards. Why were the first day and 3rd day skipped? And what's with the down 5 message at the game over screen? Down 5? Who's down by 5? See, I thought that was when... My first instinct was that was going to happen, like this is going to happen when 5 people are dead. You know? But it doesn't really make sense if it's a motive for this one. And I'm pretty sure I heard that the button you click down 5. But anyways, what the heck is this? I don't get this at all. How would this be a motive? Be the motive? Is this what it's like to play a creepy game? A crappy game? For now, it's I don't know why I'm doing that voice. For now, it's a waste of time to just stay here, so I should go back to my cottage and think about it. I went back to my cottage, feeling hazy and disoriented. So was that a picture supposed to be, like, not the game graphics, because, like, we had the game graphics. Was that supposed to be like a real photo? Like, I'm confused. Ooh. Anyways. And as I try to think about why I felt so strange, I fell asleep without realizing it. Monokuma Theater.
Hey,
Life isn't just about moving forward. When confronted by an important question, it's good to stop moving and take your time thinking about it. For example, my stomach hasn't felt well all morning, so I ran to the restroom as soon as I got off the train. But right when I was about to enter, an important question stood before me. Life is like that every now and then. Suddenly, an important question gets in your way. The important question that stood before me was the gentleman sign in the bathroom, or in the restroom door. Is Monokuma a girl again? Because I told you, like I knew things, you know, told you. I said that with, previously, with Monokuma in the last game, was saying, like, you know, I always stare at pretty girls, so I always stare in the mirror for so long. Just saying. As As I reassessed the overwhelming urge to poop, I thought about it desperately. Am I really a gentleman? Do I have class? Am I honest? Am I faithful? Okay, so never mind. Maybe it's not a girl. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that is in-game a thing, not... Oh, it's supposed to be... It's not supposed to be a real photo of that. Yeah, okay. We're gonna move on. So, why am I even hesitating? Of course I'm a gentleman. A regular person wouldn't last 5 minutes resisting the urge to poop, but a gentleman most certainly would. Because of course I have to go back to this instead of trying to explain myself in better words. Filled with pride, I ran into the restroom meant for gentlemen, and what awaited me was another important question. The important question that stood before me was the Western style and Japanese style signs on the door. I was definitely born in Japan, but haven't I gotten that... Well, have I forgotten what makes clean, beautiful Japan so good? Do I have enough confidence in myself to take a Japanese-style poop? God, one time my friend and I, after school, we went to a little park, and, to eat our lunch. And, he's like, oh, you know, I gotta use the restroom, but luckily they have one. And he goes, and he comes back and he goes, there's only a Japanese-style toilet in there. And let me tell you, every single time I do that, I always think I'm about to just go poo right in my pants. And I'm just like... You know, we didn't have to talk. You know, we could have just sat there not talking. It would have been fine, but no. And ever since then, I realized that, I never tried, and, I wasn't ever going to, because, like you said, it felt like you were going to go into your pants, so... As you can see, there's always important questions waiting for you.
brought to you by Monokuma.
That's what life is all about. Morning. I gotta keep an eye out for the last $2.
Hope the Academy School Trip Executive Committee has it. Good morning. Now then, let's show...
Okay. Morning, huh? In the end, that game is still a mystery. I don't even know why it would be a motive. I should just bite the bullet and try discussing it with everyone. I guess I should head over to the restaurant. Wait, discuss it with everyone? We promised we wouldn't play the game. We can't discuss it if we promised we wouldn't play. No one's here? No one's waiting? Okay, hi Mikon. Sorry I hung out with you last time and I didn't like it. Hi, Mikan. Good morning. It's such a nice day today. I'm so glad it's sunny. I mean, if it wasn't sunny, it'd be a waste. Huh? Waste? It's nothing. I'm just mumbling to myself just now. So, I'll excuse myself first. Waste? What? Is something going on? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have thought anything about it. It's like, oh man, it would be a waste of a day if it's raining. Yeah. Yeah, people say that. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to continue with the theme then, if you said that they're locked. That it's going to happen in whatever the next murder on the second island. It will probably be 2 dolls in locked areas, as it was before. What are you groaning about?
Why, you...
Yeah, if Ibuki didn't say those things about Mikan, she would be. I think I would want to hang out with her. But the fact that she said those, it's just like, and I'm not interested. Ibuki isn't groaning for some gross reason like Nakamura does. I'm worried about the more sublime and more serious matter. And what matter is. Ibuki's music genre from now on. It was scene music? Music genre? I escaped the pop sound of the girl band genre, so I'm thinking about changing my music styles completely. Makes sense. I see. But there's nothing that comes to mind. This is very troubling. Hajime, if you think of anything, I look forward to hearing your advice. I mean, what music do you like to play? Play whatever music you like, and then work backwards. But, is this something I can really decide on a whim? Where's everyone? Oh, that's the wrong button. Map. Inside. Where is he? Where's Fujiko? Gosh darn it, Fujiko. Befriend me. I'm assuming I still can't hang out with, Nagito. God, my brain. Okay. Here's the thing, you killed ants, so I'm not really like you either. Yeah, she's also just rude. Mainly the killing things. Good morning, Hiyoko. Got it. Hi, Yoko. Doesn't Chiaki get bored of playing the same game over and over again? She's not going to reply to my greetings, is she? I don't understand gamers at all. In fact, I don't even want to understand them. Seriously, everyone here is such a weirdo, except for Mahiru.
Jeez.
When I'm with you guys, I feel like I'm going to become a weirdo too. I feel like you already are one. So she's friends with Mahiru, and I'm assuming something's going to happen then, because that was a very fast boom of friendship, and last time that happened, one of them was a murderer. I'm talking about, Mondo and Taka. Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning, Hajime. It's rare for you to reply so quickly in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, I just finished Yeah, I just finished playing a game right now.
Hey.
More importantly, I was just wondering, is someone bringing food to Nagito? I brought him food yesterday morning. I don't know about the others. Just imagine everyone going and feeding him, just one after another. Just like, he's just like, guys, I'm not even hungry anymore. Is it alright if I see how he's doing later? I'll head over to the restaurant for now. I don't like that. Scared something's gonna happen.
Good day.
Good morning, Hajime. Good morning. After greeting everyone, I put food on my plate, and I sat myself at the table near the window.
Yo!
What is it, Hajime? Is that all you're going to eat?
What?
You eat too much, Akane.
You.
You're the one to talk. All you eat is candy.
Why?
Just because it's candy doesn't mean you should make fun of it. These gummies have 4 different fruit flavors, so I'm sure they were full of... Didn't we mention the flavors before? No, we mentioned the gummy snacks in the first trial. Because she was like, peace out, I'm going to get some snacks. And I'm like, fair. Fair. I'm so sure they're, so I'm sure they're full of nutrients.
Like,
You should just eat real fruit. This seems to... Oh, my friend is playing a game. It seems like a bad time to bring up that game all of a sudden. Especially since we promised not to play it. I mean, we did agree before we shouldn't even play it.
let me tell you.
Is Mahiru missing? Huh? After Gundam said that, I looked around the restaurant. Was she not? Did I miss that she said that she wasn't here? My bad. Looked around the restaurant, and sure enough, there was no sign of Mahiru. She always here every morning. It's strange for her not to come. I wonder if she's not feeling well?
Maybe.
If she just doesn't feel good, that's fine, but there's a small chance that she's...
What the?
A small chance she's what? Did I call it or what? No, I'm kidding. I don't know what's going on. She was out last night. Oh, she was out last night. Oh no. I saw me. Oh, thank God. I saw my hero. She was outside the hotel. Oh, I see.
Jeez.
Jeez. Don't say don't say such a spooky thing.
Let's go.
As punishment, how about you run around in a circle 3 times, say woof, and jump off a cliff? I don't want to die like that.
Hey, hey.
But what was Mahiru doing outside the hotel?
Yo.
She said she wanted to be alone. I even asked her to come eat with us, but she turned it down. Wanted to be alone. Maybe she's planning to play that game? What are you saying, Pig Barf? There's no way Mahiru would play video games. She's not like that slowpoke gamer girl over there.
Huh?
Were you referring to me? I am Pig Barf, aren't I? Looks like it's going to be impossible to start talking about that game. And while I was lost in thought, everyone quickly sat down across from me at the table.
Yo.
Hey, Hajime. Oh, somebody. Okay, I think it's somebody, not everyone, because I was like, that's a lot. Okay, somebody. Hey, Hajime, you got a second? Ooh, what is it? Kazuichi leaned forward in his seat, glancing quickly around the room, and whispered to me,
Yeah.
Today, 2:30 p.m., come to the supermarket. But don't tell anyone else about it. Huh? I'll tell you the details later. Everyone else can see us right now. It's bad. What does he mean, it's bad? Hey, what are you lowly creatures discussing amongst yourselves?
Well.
Nah, nothing? I got nothing to do with you, so just relax and go away. Did you think I should just hang out with Gundam anyways? Because I know my sister hung out with him, and it's like a don't double up on hang out with, but I wasn't there, and he's just lonely, so maybe I will hang out with Gundam. Unless finally I can hang out with Fujiko, but I just don't think so. Do you think I was worried about you fiends? You make me laugh, I say. You've even elevated arrogance to an art form. What sort of supreme ruler feels concerned for the ants? I feel concerned about the ants. That, Hayako? God, I don't remember. Smushed. What are you trying to say, Gundam? You are literally the ultimate breeder. Are ants not good enough? Do you not like bugs? Because, I'm sorry, then we can't be friends. I love bugs. What sort of supreme ruler feels concern for the ants who are destined to be crushed?
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
I am the forbidden ruler who makes even the gods of darkness flee in terror. All my desire is silence and indifference. Oh no, I love them. Silence and indifference. I never took him for the lonely type. Well, clearly he just wants to hang out with people.
For now.
Anyway, Hajime, that's what's blah blah blah. Anyway, Hajime, that's what's happening. So I'll see you then.
You know, right?
Just so you know, make sure you conserve your energy. What? Conserve my energy? I'll see you later. Is that going to be an actual thing? What about that? What was that about? Instead of talking about games, I received a strange request from Kazuichi, and that day's breakfast came to an end. Bum bum bum, who am I gonna hang out with? Kazuichi told me to go to the supermarket at 2:30 p.m. When we start having very specific times, it makes me very worried. We do not ever be like, oh yeah, 2:30 p.m. unless there's a trial going on. What did he mean when he told me to conserve my energy? Well, I guess I shouldn't wander too far right now. See, the thing is, we do even have steps. So I'm like, well, so I wonder. Soon, my little tiny one, you will evolve. Where is everyone? I might hang out with, can I hang out with my hero? She said she wanted to be alone. Well, she didn't say it, but okay. There's still no Fujihiko. We didn't even see him yet, which is also not a great sign. But that's pretty normal for him. I don't think I can hang out with Nagito, but I might try anyways, just to see. I don't know who I want to hang out with. Just because, again, I haven't talked to Akane, so I feel like she's a little bit of an unknown to me. But I also know that they kind of sexualize her too, but definitely not as much as, Mikon. That was a lot. It was a lot when it came to Mikon. Nagito is tied up beyond this point, but I don't want to see him right now. I'm not mentally prepared for it. I shouldn't go inside. He's clearly eventually going to get untied, but... Right? I would assume. What if he's just, you know... Like, if he's just dead in there, and no one ever checks on him. It's like, yeah, I'll give him his food. You know, sure, I'll do it. And then just like... Nah. Anyways. I kind of want to talk to somebody in their cottage, which is Akane, which is why I'm kind of leaning towards Akane, solely because they did show the inside of people's rooms. So I wonder if, but previously when we did that, they kicked me out of their room, and then we just hung out in the hallway. Okay, so we can't hang out with Soda. And where is Mikon? I don't see Mikon anywhere. So I don't know if I'm just missing her or what. So I might just go with Akane then. Because again, I skipped talking to her, I feel kind of guilty. Huh? Who is it? Do we get to go? Yeah! Oh! Is that a bag? 1 second, I'm looking around. You don't even have a bed? You have a Tanuki statue? Those aren't even the shoes you wear. Is this supposed to be the reflection, but she doesn't have a bed? That's cool. That's cool, Akane. Wait. Oh, wait. Return. Leave, yes. I'm assuming I can get back in. That means I can go see, Chiaki's place without having to hang out with her. Who is it? I can just go into anyone's room. Oh, hell yeah. Nice pink. Wait, is that a... Oh? I was actually looking at the game system because it's a Monokuma Eye. I didn't get anything cool. Anyways, is this a new game that just came out? I'm pretty sure I'm going to regret playing this, but that's what makes it so much fun. I didn't know you can just go into everybody's rooms. Hell, yeah, so I think this is the reflection of this. Anyways, cool. Cool. And now I'm gonna go into everyone's room when they're there. I could've probably went to Tera's room and I didn't know it. Anyways, where is she? Here. Yeah, let's hang out with Akane. Just let me run. I finished Shaki's because I never finished one before. Okay. And this island is always sunny, huh? No, the first day we showed up it started to rain horrifically. I actually prefer this kind of weather. It's too damn gloomy when it rains. Which I do. Should I invite Akane to hang out? Yes. What? You wanna... though, you wanna be with me? Jeez, you're hopeless. I spent time today with Akane. Looks like Akane and I grew a little closer. Would you like to give Akane a present? Yes. What would you like to give her? God, I have no idea. Let's see what she likes. Boop, boop. Akane. Danganronpa 2. Gifts. What does she like? Okay. Okay, don't have one. She only loves 2 things? Well, that's not gonna bode well. Okay, don't have either. Let's go back and let's see what else she likes. Or likes, not loves. Okay, she likes this. Okay. It's just, yeah. Carbonated drink. Yeah. I can really have this, right? Since I accept this, I'll never return it to you, no matter what. Actually, it says it can be returned to the shop, though, actually. Hey, you. What? What's your name again? It's Hajime. Hajime Inata. Oh yeah, right. That sort of sounds like your name. Sorry, I keep forgetting somehow. I'll remember it easier if you keep giving me food or something. I mean, I gave you a soda. So, let's see. Are you really an animal or something?
Yeah.
Oh, well, later. Wait, hold on. We just started talking. Well, even so, I'm not interested in someone who looks like they have low fighting power. Just from looking at you, you're probably around a 2? I don't deal with anything lower than trash, you know? What kind of measurement system is that? Like, why are you focusing on fighting power? That doesn't matter in gymnastics, right?
Huh?
Gymnastics, what are you talking about? I mean, you're the ultimate gymnastics, right? Gymnast. Oh, that. Setting the records and winning competitions is easy money. Money? You're doing it for the money? You probably don't. You don't get a lot of money. There's no way.
What?
Yeah, that's right. I've been doing it since doing it since this really persuasive old man convinced me to give it a try. I've been running and jumping all over the place ever since I was a kid. You know, it's what's it called again? The thing where you run non-stop through a bunch of cluttered areas. Is Akane talking about that? It's when you keep running an obstacle? What? Oh no. Parkour. Ha. It's when you keep running as you jump around obstacles and buildings. Buildings make me think parkour. Oh, thank God. Is that parkour?
I got it.
Yeah, that's it. It's definitely it. That's what the old man called it too. Well, it doesn't matter what it's called. When you got people chasing you, you just naturally end up doing parkour when you're running away from them. You should try chasing me sometime. I seriously won't get caught. What kind of situation do you get into where you need to do parkour in the middle of a city? She's pretty crazy, but I'm a little jealous of how cheerful she is. Okay, you know, actually this was kind of nice. Akane's report card has been updated based on your experience with her. After continuing my mostly one-sided conversation with Akane, I left the area. Just like, okay, bye. Looks like it's almost time to meet up with Kazuichi. He told me to come to the supermarket. The thing is, we got this might be a fake out. This might be a fake out, or we're getting into murder territory. And you said it's kind of the same pace. I'm assuming this is murder territory, but I don't know. He told me to come to the supermarket. That's what what's he thinking all of a sudden? And keeping it a secret from the others. I don't want to think about it, but if he's plotting to... No, there's no way someone as carefree as him would do something like that, especially because he's such an idiot and he would get caught so quickly. Did we say to meet in the market? I don't remember. Wait. I used all my coins, right? Yeah, okay. Huh? Well, it's well past their arranged time, and there's no sign of Kazuichi. Is Kazuichi going to be the one dead? All of a sudden, the anxiety I had been keeping inside me began to swell up like a balloon until... Never mind. What? What the heck, don't get all pissed off just because I was a little late. Late? Oh, I get it. I totally forgot he's that kind of guy. A guy who doesn't mind showing up late, even though he's the one who asked me to come. That kind of guy. Well, it sort of makes sense. So, what did you want? Why did you call me out here like this? Well, you know, can you do me a little favor? A little favor? I just overheard something. Apparently, it's Miss Sonia's idea. For a change of pace, it looks like the girls are secretly planning to go splash around at the beach. It doesn't seem so secret now. Wait, don't tell me you... As expected of Miss Sonia, splashing around in the ocean was a nice idea. I admire her so much, it's shocking. My heart trembles around her so much, it's about to burn out. Is it going to be a thing where it's like, in our school memories, they were like, a thing, or they actually hated each other, like he actually hated her or something? Is it going to be like oh, like, Because for me, that's what would be a very obvious, or like a thing I would do if I had a characters and they like flipped on their head. So like if instead of being really in love with her or like her, just absolutely hated her, or it was reciprocated. So let's crash it together. Why me? Well, it's weird to fake a coincidence all by yourself, isn't it? Not really. You can kind of just... Oh, you guys are here? Cool. I guess. I mean, I guess if you have like... Oh, well, we were doing our own... I guess. I don't know, man. Sure. I never thought about faking a coincidence. So how about a scenario where you and I go to the beach, and then we run into the girls by coincidence? Huh. Hey, you better not say no. I can't ask any of the other guys to help me with this. Nekomaru can't keep his mouth shut to save his life, and Gundam is, well, Gundam. Fuyiko and Nagito are out of the question. I understand where you're coming from, but I don't feel like going to the beach. Hey, I took the time to prepare your swimsuit, you know. And now you're going to walk all over my kind act? You're snapping at me? If you say no, I'm going to bug you about it until you die. See, I would use the word die a little bit, heavier of a use than just throwing it willy-nilly like this. And there's no way he'd joke about that. This is Kazuichi, after all. If I have no choice, then fine. That's my Hajime. And how about a soul brother? That's how a soul brother should act. So, what do we? So what do I have to do? Well, based on what I overheard, it looks like they're going to Chandler Beach on the second island. That's why we gotta head over to that diner first. Our plan is to be at the beach before they get there. And we're gonna act like it was just a coincidence. Got it. So I need to go to the diner. I'm getting excited. I'm getting all excited now. Well, that makes one of us, I suppose. Looks like he can't take a hint. Okay, so I have to just walk over? Okay. Yeah, let's go to the diner. Yeah, okay. Seems odd that we have to walk there ourselves. Usually teleports us. So I'm a little worried, but maybe it's just for like my little pet, my little baby. Because he's gonna evolve any second. How did you get here?
For now.
Okay, we're saying the same thing. I kind of assumed it would be different, but no. I already told you, all I want is silence and indifference. I see. Hey Kazuichi, it's all good, so let's hurry up and go. Oh, your little babies. You look so lonely. If you want to hang out, just say so. I should have hung out with him. I hung out with Akane. Boo. Maybe I should hang out with him. Oh, but I feel so bad. Who else is here? Okay. It seems like no one else is on the way. So it's 44 steps. I guess it does tell you which way you're supposed to go through this, given the fact that it faces you to the left. I just kept going to the right.
For now.
Yeah. I don't remember where the diner is. Is it right here? Oh, how much until my baby evolves? 4. What does it hit? Ha! Okay. So it's not actual steps, it's... Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Oh, he's leaving? No. I want to give you something. I want to give you something. That's more coins than I got from my trial. Can we keep him? Achievement unlocked. Hi there, little baby. Okay. I got a new little egg. Okay. It's weird that that's a parking lot and then I guess because it's a thing. Right, never mind. Kazuichi. Alrighty, the ladies aren't here yet, so let's hurry up and go inside. Okay. Bum 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 bum. How do we know that they're gonna come to the diner? Why are we going in the diner, not just straight to the beach? Alright, we're here. Now that we blah, 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 blah. So now we just have to stake out a spot and wait until the ladies arrive. Is he sure about this plan? I mean, isn't this a little too stalkerish? Wait, is there even a way to get to the beach? That isn't this way? I actually don't remember. Isn't a little too stalkerish? Maybe this is the only way. What am I supposed to do? And then, oh, it's me anyways. And when they, 1 second, my brain. And when are they gonna come? Did you happen to overhear that with your sensitive ears too? They mentioned something about coming a little after the sun starts to tilt. So maybe who says it like that? Ah, yes, the sun. It's tilting. It starts to tilt, so maybe around 4 p.m. Didn't we meet at 2:30? It's 3 p.m. right now. We still have to wait 1 more hour. Always make your move early. That's just the basics, you know? Hey, I don't know if you should be talking like that, like an expert right now. It's fine, it's fine. Just make sure you keep watch by the window. It'd be bad if we didn't catch Miss Sonia on her way to the beach, you know? It's our job to keep that from happening. To get to the beach, they gotta pass in front of the diner. Okay, so they do have to pass. You better keep your eyes peeled. This isn't a game. This is a game. It literally is a game. I'm playing it right now. If this isn't a game, then what is it? I really should have just said no. We get to hang out with soda. Sitting at the table by the window, I rest my chin on my hand and absent-mindedly stared out the window. You should eat a burger. Are they coming? Did they arrive? It hasn't even been 10 minutes yet. Are we just like not even going to chat with him? Just like, yeah. 20 minutes passed, then 30. As time passed by, the only thing that grew were the volume of my sighs and the weight of my regret. Oh yes, little sparkle eyes. Say, what kind of swimsuit do you think Miss Sonia will wear? Since she's a foreigner, how about a bikini? Is that a foreigner thing? I don't know. I've never been to the beach in Japan. Is it a foreigner thing? I have no idea. Don't you feel like... do you feel that? Don't you feel like there's a pure, innocent, magical fantasy hiding between the top and bottom of a bikini? You mean their stomach? Even if I want to agree with you, I don't know how to answer that. Wait, huh? And that's when it happened. In the corner of my eye, a certain someone walked by the front of the diner. Huh? Isn't that... I wonder what happened. I guess I should head over. We left the diner in a hurry and ran to where that person was standing. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Oh! You bastards. I knew it was you, Fujiko. What are you doing here?
Shut the hell up!
That's my line.
Hey, hey!
What the heck? You're awfully tense. Actually, why do you seem so flustered? Who are you calling flustered? Don't go making false accusations, you bastard. Don't tell me. Aw, man. Is that it? You overheard my plan, didn't you? Plan? There's no use playing dumb. You overheard my plan and followed us all the way here, right?
Hello.
Hey, what are you doing at this place?
Oh my.
That's a strange combo.
Hello.
Hello. Today is another wonderful day. Well,
You were dead for.
you're not going to get away now that I've caught you. I get so nervous I end up blurting out something weird. Please don't hate me. I'll take the punishment as much as you like.
No.
You two, this is such a coincidence. I never expected to coincidentally run into you guys here. He really does suck at this.
No.
Man, actually, Hajime and I were about to head over to the beach together.
Oh
Huh? Could that be why you ladies are here? Is that what you ladies are here for? That's such a coincidence. It must be destiny.
my.
Something obviously suspicious. Your eyes are moving around like salmon before they lay eggs.
No.
No way, I'm just like this. How should I put it? I always pay attention to my surroundings. I can't keep watching this. Where's Fujiko? As I sighed and looked around, looked away from that embarrassing sight, I realized that he had disappeared. Huh? Where did Fujiko go?
Well.
Well, regardless, the two have arrived pretty early. It's only 3:30, and I still have about 30 minutes until you still have 30 minutes before you meet the others. How did you know we're meeting with the others? Kazuichi, you suck at this.
Why you?
You even know our damn meeting time? Well, you see.
For now.
Anyways, let's cherish this coincidence that brought us together. So, is it okay if we join in too? Dude, just nah, man, just nah. Wow, he got forceful all of a sudden. So that's your ulterior motive. You're probably here for Sonia, aren't you? I really have no desire to do something so rude like decline the offer at all. But Sonia is the one who planned to go to the beach, so we need to ask her.
Of course.
And then it's all good. It's too devastating to think Miss Sonia would decline, so I just won't think of it. Is he being an optimist or a pessimist? I don't really get it. Hey, is it alright if we go inside now? Ibuki was gonna eat a good meal first, that's why I came early. Sure thing, let's wait inside. I can't take my mind off Fujiko. Oh well, I came this far. I can't turn back now. Okay, Fujiko's a red herring. There's absolutely no way he murdered someone, because we literally could never hang out with him yet. There's just no way. So whatever is going on is all a red herring. I know that he had the envelope thing. Red herring. All of it. I always say something stupid when I get nervous. I'm not doing it on purpose. An army marches in its stomach, while swimmers can only splash around in their stomachs too. I'm gonna heartily eat a hamburger with a side of rice. That's an odd combo. Is rice a side dish? Wait, is there even rice here? Alright, let's go inside and wait until Miss Sonia arrives. Diner. I returned to the diner and sat myself at the table near the window once again. Phew. Without thinking, I couldn't help letting out a big sigh. Oh, what are you guys going to do about your swimsuits? You aren't allowed to change in that beach house, you know. Yes, that's why we're already wearing them. It's underneath our uniform. or what's underneath her uniform isn't panties. It's a swimsuit. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
Well, that's obvious. I also came wearing a swimsuit too. Huh? Really? Which reminds me, you're not wearing yours yet, huh? Then you gotta go to the bathroom so you can get changed. Here you go. This is yours. Yeah. What is this thing? Okay, maybe it isn't a Japanese thing. I know it's a European thing. It might be rude for me to say this, but that looks a little too daring.
Are you serious?
What if something falls out? If this is airing live, you're totally going to get censored by the network. Okay, is that also not a red herring, an Easter egg, because like we are getting monitored, and last time we got monitored live. Then why wouldn't Monokuma have said that? I don't know. Don't worry, even at its worst, it won't turn into a live-action drama. That's not the problem. What is it then? Are you telling me you don't want to match? You don't want to match with me? If you friendship level Kazuichi to the end, I hope you get them. That like it's just this. It's just the same thing. It's matching, then I definitely don't want to wear it. I believe fighting is bad, so let's stop. Things are heating up. Things are heating up something fierce. When everyone's gonna come, I hope they come soon. My brain is so fried. Okay. And as she said that, Ibuki peeked out the window. Oh? What is it? Look outside, look outside. What's outside? Oh? Oh. Oh. She's crying. She only cares about one person. That's it. Is that Hayako?
Please, don't get my hopes up. I thought it was Miss Sonia. Doesn't she seem a little strange?
She's crying.
If I had to describe it as a song title, it'd be Sprint of Tears.
Okay, but she's running away crying.
It looks like she's running from the beach. Something happened?
Despite her questions, Hayako ran by the front of the diner at full speed. She totally ran past us, but wasn't she part of the beach crew? Apparently she can't swim, so she turned us down. You don't have to swim when you're at a beach. Most of the time you don't even swim. I understand being fearful of the beach and you don't want to have to step in it. You can just chill on the sand, bro. Apparently she can't swim. Oh yeah. But didn't she just come running from the beach?
Sorry.
I don't really know all the details about that. Well, it just means women are full of surprises. Mahiru's don't mention Mahiru, I'm worried about her. Mahiru's the type to totally come, but she was surprisingly turned us down too. Mahiru, she did? She turned it down? Unless, I don't know. Mahiru's acting strange. Who else did I say I can't hang out with? I couldn't hang out with Mahiru. Obviously not Fuhiko. Whoever else it was, that's who did it. Because that's how that works. It's so unexpected of her not to join in an event like this. In fact, she totally planned this sort of thing.
That's totally it.
But it didn't. But it couldn't be helped. Apparently, she wasn't really feeling well. I'm terribly sorry to continue this topic, but why is Hayako crying? Why are you asking us? But if she was running away from the beach and crying, something's definitely wrong. Hey. When did you get here? When did you get here so suddenly? Because he usually suddenly shouted, and what he was looking at was near the diner's entrance. As I turned around,
My, how disappointing. I thought if I came early, I'd be the first one to arrive.
I'm going to be disappointed if we sexualize people right now. Okay? Okay, game? Let's not do that. Okay? I couldn't keep myself from staring like an idiot.
Whoa, Chiaki! You came wearing only your swimsuit.
You guys are on a beach, of course.
I didn't want to carry it with me. If I did, it'd be a serious burden.
Serious burden? That's totally an exaggeration. That's a total exaggeration.
But even though you didn't want to carry anything, it looks like you're carrying something.
Instead of bringing lunch for everyone, I brought ice cream. It's not like I'm gonna turn it down, but ice cream is completely different from lunch. I don't think it can be used as a substitute.
Yeah, but you're being right next to the diner. If you wanted to eat something, go to the diner. If you want ice cream, go to Chiaki. She's completely in the right. Absolutely.
Also, I was thinking of stuff we could all do at the beach together. So I brought a board game too.
Now that's fun.
Should we play it even though we came all this way to go to the beach? Nah.
I mean, the beach isn't just in the water. The beach is the beach. You're not going to the ocean. You're going to the beach.
I see. That's disappointing.
I will play a board game with you, Chiaki. But how should I say this? I don't know what that means. Is this what Gapmo is supposed to be? For someone normally so quiet to wear such a darling swimsuit, it makes you a little excited, right, Hajime? Well, I don't know. That's what I said, but my heartbeat was actually getting faster and faster. Seriously, man, I never expected Chiaki to have such huge jugs.
What happened?
Jugs?
Hey!
I didn't say that just now. That was Hajime. He's the pervert, you know. What are you saying? I mean, I only got eyes for Miss Sonia. I've dreamed of going out with a blonde lady ever since I was a kid. Oh, that makes that so much worse. Yeah, that makes that worse. Yeah, that makes that worse. Anyways, very supportive swimsuit to perfectly have them nuzzled like this. That takes a very, very supportive swimsuit. Yeah. The size is a little small, but this was the only swimsuit that fit me.
Hey.
I don't look good in it? Huh? Well, no, I guess you look good. Then I'm glad, I guess. Wearing a bikini is sure daring, and you get bonus points for wearing a white one. Oh yeah, white bathing suits and the beach do not mix, by the way. That's not going to be white anymore. It's going to be like dingy white tan color when you're done. It's never going to be white again. You only wear your white bathing suits to go to pools. You do not wear them going to the beach. Just don't. It's just not worth it. Anyways, my heart's just thumping. It's thumping all sporadically, like ba-dump, thump, thump, ba-dump. It's probably a heart attack. Hey, I kept you waiting. I heard a voice as the diner's door slowly opened, and the person who walked through it was... That's blood.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Did you hit your head open?
What? Is something wrong? I made sure to wear a swimsuit this time.
Girl, are you gonna pass out?
strange if we nicknamed you Carrie right now. Oh, you're talking about these. On my way over here, I happened to run into Coach Nekomaru. And when that happens, I gotta fight him, you know?
Didn't he say he would never hurt an athlete? Why does she have to do that?
Are you really alright? Your head, it looks like it's split in half.
Oh, they said split in half head in the video game. Maybe it was telling the future. Because they mentioned it. They mentioned, like, it looks like she split in the head, like that time.
Well, it'll heal as long as I rub some spit in it, right?
No.
You're totally playing up the power of human spit.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm all fired up now. I never knew such a strong opponent even existed.
Spit is very unhygienic. Like, that's, no. But anyways, why did Nekomaru attack her to the point of bleeding? They never did that before. Anyways, you need to be treated. So, and you also need your wound sterilized. Akane, please come with me. With an unusually forceful demeanor, Mikan pulled Akane into the bathroom. That's why she's the ultimate nurse. Well, it's gotta be okay if we leave it to her. What is all this ruckus? Oh, who's it this time? Okay, yeah, we're going to do this for every single character. Every single woman character. Got it. Understood. Huh?
Why you two?
Hey, aren't you breathing pretty heavily?
I just did a little swim.
How is her sword on her back if her chest doesn't have a strap on it? That's too long. That's just too long. That's just far too long.
That's too obvious for me not to comment on. That's definitely not a little swimming.
Why were you already swimming? You guys are about to swim now, right? Isn't that why you're all meeting up?
I guess laps versus hanging out at the beach.
It wasn't for my enjoyment. I was trying to see if I could swim to a different island.
Huh?
But I couldn't find any other islands. It seems it may be difficult to leave this island by swimming.
Fair.
If you didn't see anything after you swam for 3 hours, it's more than difficult. It's impossible.
Yeah, that may be true.
Just imagine if she died and she just, like, is in the middle of the ocean, bro. Like, nah. Oceans are terrifying. Hey, Hajime. Huh? What?
Awesome!
A woman with wet, slick back hair is pretty fine too, huh? I think her hair was pulled together by something. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. And this body too, man. Oh, we're doing it again. We'll see.
You ladies are sure well endowed nowadays. Is that a challenge against all the women in the world?
No, it's called we're sexualizing them of Buki. I guess her hair is slicked back. I don't know why I assumed it was in a bow, but that's her thing, right?
Fine. Ibuki accepts that challenge with the power of technology. Time to pump these puppies full of silicone.
I mean, you do what you want, Ibuki, but you're also like 16.
Don't say such asinine things.
Yeah, okay. Or that. Anyways, it looks like everyone is almost here, and it's already past 4 p.m. This is definitely going to be important. 4 p.m., we got here at 3, we met at 2:30. This is all going to be part of some murder. If so, all that's left is...
I am terribly sorry for my delay.
Masoni's here. He doubled down on excitement. Okay. Alright, what kind of sexy swimsuit is Miss Sonia wearing?
It's a wetsuit!
You know what? Good for her. Good for her. Good for her.
It is to prevent sunburn. I do not want my skin to be sun damaged.
Yeah? Yeah?
However, as I have never worn a wetsuit before, I had a hard time putting it on. It resulted in my delay.
Fair.
Really, it is my bad.
It's his...
Oh my.
I see. A wetsuit. Well, Miss Sonia does have beautiful white skin. Like, yeah, I guess pale skin is a thing. But I don't know why, it just is creepy, man. You don't compliment people that things that they can't change. You know, it's like one of those things, you don't compliment somebody unless they can change that thing. So, like, if you're complimenting someone on an outfit, they can change it. A haircut, they can change it. Makeup, they can change it. But don't like, something that they inherently are. Like, you have beautiful, like, blonde hair or pale skin. It's like, well, you can't change that quickly or easily or forever, you know, kind of thing. It's not something they chose, is what I'm saying. You compliment things that people choose. She didn't choose this. But that tight outfit of hers is amazing. Just what I'd expect from a 100% purebred princess. This guy, he's quick to recover. Oh, she actually has her icon being a swimsuit. It's interesting. Anyways, why are you two here? I'll answer that, Miss Sonia. I'll be honest. If you're going to the beach, please let us come with you.
I am concerned.
Well, this was originally supposed to be a girls-only outing to strengthen our friendships with each other. Don't you think we can make an exception? Pretty please? Oh, she also has it, I guess. Interesting. I wonder why some have their models in swimsuit. Is that going to be a reoccurring thing, or... I wonder. Well, it's okay. It's not like there'd be any problems even if there were some boys.
Then,
You're right. They came all the way here. It would be bad if we make them leave. Sonia, you're just so kind. Alright, then, that's decided. Let's get going. But Akane's wounds are still being treated.
Shut up!
Okay, so... There's no way I can just stand around. I'll go on ahead and prepare. Oh no. I'll set up the parasol. I'll prepare the drinks.
Engines ready.
I mean it, I promise. I'll get it all, blah, 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 blah. I'll give it all... No. I promise. I'll give it my all to serve you, and everyone has fun. So everyone can have fun. With an abnormal amount of gusto, he bolted out of the diner. I'm surrounded by girls in swimsuits. This is a little awkward. I should go help Kazuichi too. As I mumbled my excuse, I ran out of the diner, almost as if were escaping. Oh no. Okay. Oh, okay. We saw two people leaving from this area. So we saw, and this is the only way in or out. So either someone saw it way earlier, or it cannot be, like I mentioned, Fuhiko. And Hiyoko. Problem is, she's crying, so either the killer is Mahiru. Mahiru is injured and died. Huh? That bell just now. Could it be?
A body has been discovered.
Mm-hmm.
Now then, after a certain amount of time,
Okay, so it's going to be in the house. Because we had to stay there for a while. But maybe that was just because we had to do the Monokuma talk. Maybe it's on the beach. The trial will begin. Okay. Ooh, a body? That's a lie. Impossible.
Someone come here!
Yeah, okay, so those are 3. But we didn't see anyone else move out from that way. Wonder. That was definitely Kazuichi's voice just now. It sounded like he's nearby. Did the scream just now come from in here? Cautiously I reached my hand towards the doorknob. As I twisted the doorknob, I tried to open the door. Clatter, 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 clatter. It won't open. It's locked. No. This is different. It's like something is blocking the door from the other side. I guess, yeah. What does this mean? Okay, so... So I'm assuming that means it's in the house. Kazuichi's scream. Did I really hear it coming from here? No. What am I being nervous about? There's no reason for me to be nervous. You know, the body discovery announcement just played. But no, there's nothing. The body discovery announcement. I won't believe it. I'm not going to believe it. There's no way I'll believe it. I mean, Terry said the same thing, but here we are. Who would believe something like that? As I raised my voice, I swiftly stepped into the beach house. I won't believe it. The moment I stepped into the beach house, these words mercilessly scattered into pieces. Oh. But we're not 5 down. So... It is Mahiru. If this was all a dream, when did I begin dreaming? If this is reality, why is Mahiru on the floor covered in blood? I can't understand anything that was in front of me. I couldn't believe in anything. Ooh. Sea and punishment, sin and coconuts. Deadly life. My hero Koizumi, the ultimate photographer. She had an unwielding force of personality, but she was actually very good at taking care of people. And she was always straightforward. Towards us and towards herself, she was always facing forward. She was that kind of person. Why her? Why Mahiro? Why? Why did this happen to her? Okay, so she's propped up like the person was propped up, and there's a bat like the person. But again, I don't know. The muscles in my face stiffened and grew hard. And she's your favorite, too. I should have hung out with her instead of Mikon last time. I knew something was going to happen with her because she was unplayable this morning. Darkness clouded my vision. My legs started to wobble, and I instinctively placed my hand against the wall.
Damn it.
Hey, Hajime. Before this, we were having a great time, right? We were excited about going to the beach, and we were having a lot of fun. But why...
Are you kidding?
Why did something like this happen? Someone tell me. I obviously didn't know what was going on either.
Oh!
That was very, very soft for, you know, this. Well, we saw 2 people wanna run away. So I can only imagine they were, because the body discovery announcement, so there had to have been a third person to discover it, because it has to be killer and then 3 people. And we didn't see it. Now's not the time to make bubbles. Hurry and get the others. So unless somebody saw it and just, we didn't see that, but Ibuki instantly left the beach house. I'm sure it took some time for everyone else to come here. They had to change and whatnot. I would have just ran. Who cares? I'm in a swimsuit or not. I'm gonna go friggin' check out the dead body, and then it's like investigate time. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go get changed. It must have taken some time, but I didn't really know how much time had passed. My senses were all numbed. My emotions were all numbed. Within me, I gotta remember the times. We met at 2:30, we met at the diner at 3. First person showed up at 3:30. Then we saw... we saw Fujihiko at 3:30. That's when the 2 showed up. Then after 1, then another, and then 4. Then Miss Sonia showed up. Then body. Okay. Within me, various layers were peeling off. My senses started to return, around the time I realized that the others were already here. What the hell is this? Why, why, Mayuru? The girls were standing outside the door, leaning to the beach, their faces pale with horror.
Something like this.
For heaven's sake, what in the world is going on? With their pale faces still intact, the girls began wobbling towards the beach house. Sure. I don't know why we use that, but okay. Until a voice stopped them.
Hold it.
Hold on a sec. Those things beneath you. Be careful not to step on them. Beneath?
See?
No, the footprints in front of that door. Sand does not get perfect footprints unless it's wet. If this is a key thing, that's... I need to keep reading, because that's not how sand works. There are footsteps leading out of the beach house, right? That's probably an important clue. Even though we saw multiple people walk out, or into the beach house. So don't step on them. If you mean evidence... Monokuma mentioned it in the announcement, right? After a certain amount of time, we'll hold a class trial.
What the?
Another class trial?
You serious?
Then, are you saying this is...
That's right.
One of you guys killed her?
Right.
It killed? That's impossible.
Hey,
That's not, like, an accident or something?
Like...
If you guys think it's an accident, that still means this death was caused by somebody else's actions, right?
In other words...
It also counts as a legitimate murder. Okay, so accidents equal murder. Suicide equals self-murder. Murder equals murder. Interesting. Okay, but I feel like that's very important. Accidents equal murder. And this also counts as a legitimate murder. Though such death falls into a gray area, on this island, I'll make sure it's clear to you guys. On this island, dying from sickness is basically the only death that's not considered a murder. Is that gonna happen? Is that gonna come up too? Okay. Well, it's impossible to get sick and die on this island. Not when Monomi takes such good care of people. Okay, so getting sick isn't a thing. But accidents are. Okay.
What's this?
Oh, speaking of which,
Well, like this.
there it is, the silent treatment attack. This is like the #1 thing that hurts me. Well, fine. I'm not gonna lose to your bashing. I've decided to become a tough kid. This is the worst. Once again, this is a terrible nightmare. Another victim, and it's all because of Monokuma.
No way.
Jeez, it's not my fault. Then whose fault is it? Then whose fault is it, you ask? To find out, we hold the class trial. So let's begin already. No whining, just begin already. We'll pass out the Monokuma file number 2, and this should start to feel familiar. Now then, do your very best to investigate. We'll see you later at the class trial. I'll see you later at the class trial. Class trial? Investigation? This is horrible. It's just too horrible. Then why shouldn't then you should have stopped the murder before it occurred. Don't you have that kind of power? That I did have the power before he happened, or he appeared. Even if she tried to stop it, judging from Monokuma and Monomi's relationship, there's no doubt she'd just stop herself. Yes, Monokuma took everything away, including the magic stick and the surveillance cameras. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so either Monomi is going to be on our side, but I'm just scared it's going to just flip on its head and be like, oh, she's just saying things. Oh, she's not good. Ah, the whole time she's running the show. The only thing I can rely on are these ears, but they can only hear about 3 times that of a normal person. 3 times? I wonder what that would be like. So basically, you have no idea what's happening on this island in the first place. I'm just the worst. A powerless rabbit like me is the worst. You're starting to get dangerously close to Nagito territory with that. Hey, now's not the time to focus on something like that. More importantly, what should we do? Do we have to do it again? That cruel thing? We have to do it again?
Why?
I can't believe it. My hero was killed by one of us.
Damn it.
Yeah, I can't do this anymore. Investigating the class trial, seriously, I'm done. This is only chapter 2, my dude. There's gonna be 4 more, I'm assuming. So, yeah. Anyways, everyone feels the same. But we can't do anything else except do it. And there's no way we can just ignore the reason Mahiru was killed.
Hey,
Yeah, the one thing we can do is investigate.
that's sad.
Because we should never forget that. Killing is something we should never forgive. Chucky,
Well,
the killer has their reasons, and I understand that. It was the same as for Tera too. It really is all Monokuma's fault. I understand that too. But even so,
killing.
we should never
I'll never allow it.
we should never forgive killing. She usually has her head in the clouds, so for her to say something like that, she probably can't forgive this at all. And that's true for me too.
Understood.
Regardless, everyone's going to die if we don't do it. Yeah, okay, so the bow thing is her. I thought it was one of her hair bows. But yeah, it's her sword. Regardless, everyone is going to die if we don't do it. In order for us all to survive, we must do it.
I'm gonna do it!
Then let's do this.
Perhaps.
Mahiru. Yeah, Mahiru. I was like, who are we talking to? She's dead. Mahiru perhaps wants us to do this, too. She would want us to reveal the truth behind her death. I understand. If everyone's doing it, I'll do it too, but please give me a little time. Please give me time to calm myself down a little. Also, I'll go and tell the others who aren't here about this. You're right. If we all heard, or if all they heard was the announcement, if all you heard was the announcement, you wouldn't know where the murder took place. I shall excuse myself for now.
Hey,
Then, let's begin. Who killed Mahiru Koizumi? Why was she killed? We gotta find that out, and solve this already. That's right. We have to do it. This is the only way. I don't want to do this, but that's more the reason for us to finish this. I'm the only one who can do this. Investigate. Nope. Okay. Nope. We're gonna save and we're gonna quit. It's still just a little egg. You're not sure what you think about yours or of the game? Because I can only talk halfway about either of them. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna just, both. I got so many coins now, look at that though. Look at that. So many coins. Anyways, both. I haven't watched past where I previously watched, so I'm still very, very at the beginning of it, of the game, so I can't even help you. Can't even help you with that. Because it just, you know, the beginning is just a very long process to get to actual story, so I barely kind of touched it. I don't even, the army people were on their way to the place, like they didn't even do that yet. Listen, I have like a lot of things this week. I really do. God, I have so much. I had to get up so early today to make a phone call just for them to be like, okay, we'll call you tomorrow. I'm like, fair. Anyways, yeah, but, yeah, I can't really say anything about it. I'm sorry, but, yeah, the thing that gets me, which I don't know, I can't really speak on it since I don't know, is that the creatures in House of Ashes walk and kind of have the same visual, like, eye effect as the Wendigos from Until Dawn. So I wonder, and again, obviously, probably very quickly would say yes or no to it, but I do wonder if they're either just a reskin or if they're actually, like, going to tie it in to, Until Dawn. Like, I wonder if theirs are going to be the same thing. That's my biggest question, because obviously they were going to make, or might make, 7 games, and they said they're all going to be kind of put in the same world. And the first 2 games, they were not real supernatural things, so then having the 3rd game being like, no, they're going to be real, but then having them be so much like a Wendigo, and so... Okay, so there's, you think, okay, so they're similar, but they're not the same. Okay. Because I wonder if they're, like, going to be based on the same kind of creature, and then have these stories tie together. Because the only thing overarchingly tying them together is some of the same actors, but that just might be because they already mocapped them. And then, the creator. So I wonder, for me, the overarching tying them, like stitching them together, I'm really interested in. Yeah, the creatures, though, being Wendigos. There was kind of a Wendigo-ish one in one of the previous games. I don't remember. Either Man and Medan or, Little Hope. But these are very similar, so that's why I was wondering if they're going to be, like, the same kind of branch family tree as a Wendigo or not. Because that could be interesting. See, I know the Twilight Zone, but I don't know enough to comment how much it would be like that. Anyways, I think I saved. Did I save? I'm going to make sure I saved again. I think I already saved twice, but yeah. Anyways, I'm going to save so I can head out. I swear, I'm going to watch your playthrough eventually. fully, I mean, but I just haven't yet. Yeah, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and then I have something, and then I have another one. I'm getting like 3 shots this week. You know, it's just fun stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go because I need to go A, out of this hot room, and B, to bed because I'm tired. And it's probably, what, an extra hour later for you? So you should go to bed. So I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. Okay, I'm gonna go.